everyone, it's Craig here from Gifford's Electrical. Hope everyone's well. We are in Walton-on-Thames today. Just a couple of double sockets to fit. You're probably thinking, what's he doing in Walton-on-Thames? I get about, what can I say? It's actually for my brother, so it's a good chance to see him. Obviously, socially distant, of course, but yeah, it'd be good to see him and his partner. We haven't seen him and her for a while. So yeah, just a couple of double sockets. It's I think based on the picture he sent me, I think it's a 16th edition board, so we'll do some quick checks, some testing, but I'm hoping it's just going to be back to back, you know, drill out, socket on, job done type scenario. So I'm going to head in and we'll take a look around, see what the deal is, and go from there. All right, see you in a bit. Okay guys, so we've actually got a Wilex 16th edition board, last tested in 2009. Customers since had a rewire about 5 years ago, which you can see from here, right? And they didn't bother to do any of the board. Now I've opened the board and it is a complete mess in there, and nothing corresponds to where it should be. So your CPCs don't line up with your neutrals don't line up with what breaker they should be in, etc. We've also got the far breaker over on the end of 20 amp. That's actually a final ring circuit for downstairs. So it's a mess. There's joints in the back of there and everything. It's a terrible example of a consumer unit, and I will not justify putting it on YouTube because it's just shocking, no pun intended. So that's where we're at with that. So it's tested. Thankfully the rings and that, or the ring final circuits, are all intact. So we've got, off the back of this socket, we're literally just going to go back to back. So we're going to drill out straight through, socket on the back board just down there, and then on the front we've got a couple of sockets here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drill through, put this spur actually on the ring final circuit, and then we'll spur off it. It's just a complete mismatch of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. We're going to drill a hole through here, because what they've done, they've plastered in, so it's just full of gunk. So we're going to drill through, and then we'll make good our connections. Excuse me. We'll make good our connections, and go from there. So yeah, from the back of this one, we're just going to drill straight out. Point the camera at the right place. We're going to drill straight out through here, and then again outside socket, so it's back to back. Yeah, bit it's not very good, but it is what it is. I can advise accordingly. So, you know, and the board is actually underneath the stairs, and that's the main route in and out of the house, actually, because at the bottom of the stairs is the front door. So let me crack on and I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so we've got two double sockets in place now. They were literally back to back, so this one actually was a lot easier than the front, because we had to do some minor modifications on the front, and so we could spur off. And so we've got a double socket on the back there, which comes off that socket there, which is part of the kitchen ring. And then what we've got is, so obviously these very plastered sockets. So that was just off the ring, that was a spur. So we've actually fed it, so that is now on the ring final circuit, and we've spurred straight off that one. Just going to get some big wipes, and although it's, you know, it's plaster from when it was done, yeah, it's better to leave it better than you found it. So I'm going to sort that out. The only thing I need to do now really is the RCD test. I've got my ZE from the board, but we'll do a measured ZS. So I'll get that set up and I'll show you guys, obviously testing off this rear socket. I've already done the front socket, but we'll test off the rear socket and go from there. Just a little bit about these double sockets. I normally go Hager, the Hager Solicitor range. I love it. Hager's my go-to brand. It's what I use on every day, but I couldn't get those today. So these are actually from Tool Station. They are the I'll find out what the box is, and I'll just put a little text on the screen about what they are. But they basically come in 3 pieces. They're IP66. You've got the back piece, which is separate. The socket itself you fit on, and then obviously you've got the front piece. Now normally, obviously, most sockets are all, you get the back piece and then the socket is actually already mounted to the front. But yeah, they're a nice little socket actually from Tool Station. Yeah, not a bad price at all. I think they're about 10-15 quid, something like that. Not anything super expensive, whereas obviously the Hager ones are, you know, premium brand, 35 quid I think they are. So almost double the price of, well, actually double the price of what these were. So yeah, nice double socket. You got the neons in there as well, so obviously your client can see when they're on and whatnot. So I'll get set up for the testing, and then I'll flip you back onto the camera. Okay guys, so we've got my trusted KT65DL, brilliant little multifunction tester. I've already done continuity and insulation resistance. I've tested the whole circuit, and everything comes back absolutely fine, which is good. I've actually got, I don't know how well you'll see these, but I've obviously got the information on the screen already. So yeah, the values are absolutely fine actually. Like I said, it's not a very long ring final circuit, the downstairs. Kitchen's obviously longer, but that's, yep, they're all fine reading wise. The kitchen is recently rewired. I had the work done 5 years ago, and the living room wasn't rewired, and they're still using 2.5 line and neutral and 1mm CPC. But the readings are as expected. So what we'll do, I've already done obviously PFCs and ZE at the board and whatnot, but I always like to do them from the socket. So this is the loop test just between line and neutral, and then I'll go on to so line and neutral is 0.31, and I'll do line and protective earth. Now obviously it's got the anti-trip technology switched on, because obviously we are on a live circuit now, so it won't trip the RCD, which does mean it takes a little bit longer for it to actually run the test. So we've got 0.34 on the kitchen as the ZS, and incidentally the living room was, or the socket for that's coming off the living room circuit was the ZF of 0.32. So actually not a million miles away at all. Let's just write this down, 0.32. And what we'll do PSC and PFC. So we'll do PSC first. So we've got 794 amps for PSC, and if we do PFC, so PSC will do line and neutral, and PFC is the line and protective earth. So 704 amps. So PFC 704 on the PFC. Just do PSC again, 794. So I'm going to record the two of the larger, and that was 794 amps. And when you fill out your certificates, you often fill it out in kiloamps. So yeah, so it's below that. So that's fine, excellent. So what we'll do now is an RCD test. So I'll just switch that to auto, and what we'll do, that'll do its test, and what we'll do, we'll go into the board, and we'll just make sure when it does trip we can switch it back on. So where are we? Oh, there we go. So that's on. And that's twice. One more now. no, that was on 4. So that's our 4. So obviously it'll do half times, and we'll do it on both the 0 and the 180 degrees, and we've got 1 times and 5 times. So our highest reading is 34 milliseconds, and when I last did the test on the front it was 33, so no real change there at all. So wicked. And then I always like to do a ramp test just to see what we get overall when it's tripped. So the last ramp test was 21 milliamps, and it's tripped at 21 milliamps, so absolutely spot on. All right, okay guys, that is that's us done on this job. Like I said, it was a very for the most part very straightforward job. 2 double sockets, nothing really too bad about that. Obviously had to just I didn't want to, and the client didn't want a fused spur outside, so literally we just extended the ring to that double socket that was next to the downstairs socket, the living room socket, and then we spurred off. So that's all fine. Obviously all tests came back fine, which was good. The next video hopefully will be a full testing video, and we'll go from there, so you guys can see exactly what, you know, each test I do, etc., rather than bits and pieces. Although these videos are not a do-it-yourself video, hopefully there are obviously some apprentices and obviously some adult learners who you know, enjoy seeing these, so they can actually, you know, see what it's like in the real world. But guys, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. That's the big red button down in the bottom right hand corner, and if you click on the bell symbol and choose all, you will get notifications every time I release a new video. But that's it for now. I hope you have a lovely day and you're all staying safe, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.